Did you know that drinking water can be deadly for babies? Yes, you heard it right. Water, the very essence of life that quenches our thirst, cools us on a hot day, and makes up about 60% of our bodies, can pose a significant risk to infants. Quite a twist, isn't it? Water is universally recognized as a necessity for hydration and life. It's a life-giving force, a fundamental part of the ecosystem, and the key to the survival of every living organism on Earth. But when it comes to babies, this seemingly harmless substance can turn into a silent enemy. The paradox is that while water is essential for life, it can be hazardous for babies. You might be wondering, how can something so innocuous, so vital, become a risk? It's a question that leaves many scratching their heads, especially when we're constantly reminded of the importance of staying hydrated. Well, the answer lies in the delicate balance of a baby's body. Infants, especially those under 6 months old, have specific nutritional and physiological needs. Their bodies are not yet equipped to handle the same things adults can, and water, in this case, can disrupt the balance of their systems, leading to potentially life-threatening conditions. The danger is not in the water itself, but in its excess. A baby's kidneys are not mature enough to process large amounts of water. This can lead to water intoxication, a serious condition where the body's normal balance of electrolytes is disrupted by a large intake of water. The consequence: the baby's sodium levels drop, leading to swelling in the brain, seizures, and in severe cases, even coma or death. A terrifying thought, isn't it? That the very substance we turn to for life and refreshment can cause such harm in our little ones. But before you panic, remember, this is not about instilling fear, but about spreading awareness. Knowledge is power, and understanding the unexpected dangers can help us protect our babies better. Intriguing, isn't it? Let's delve deeper into this surprising fact. You may wonder, how can water be harmful to infants? This question may appear counterintuitive given that water is a primary source of life and essential for our survival. However, when it comes to infants, it's a different story altogether. To understand this, we must delve into the science behind it. You see, the kidneys of an infant are not fully developed. They're still in the process of maturing and are not capable of handling large amounts of water. In adults, the kidneys play a vital role in maintaining the body's water balance. They filter out excess water, which is then expelled from the body as urine. But in infants, their kidneys lack this capacity. This inability to process large amounts of water can lead to a condition known as water intoxication. In this scenario, the excess water dilutes the electrolytes in the baby's body, particularly sodium, which is crucial for nerve and muscle function. When the sodium concentration in the blood becomes too low, it results in a condition called hyponatremia. Hyponatremia is more than just a complex word. It's a serious health concern. It disrupts the balance of water in the body and the brain, causing cells to swell. This swelling can lead to a range of symptoms, from nausea and headache to seizures, and in severe cases, even coma or death. It's a silent threat that can escalate quickly if not detected and treated promptly. But remember, the issue is not the water itself. Water is essential for life and for our bodies to function optimally. The danger lies in the immature kidneys of infants and their inability to process large amounts of water effectively. So the danger lies not in the water itself, but in the inability of infants to process it correctly. Water is a life-giving substance, but like everything else, it must be consumed in moderation and appropriate for the age and development of the individual. What are the signs that an infant may be suffering from water intoxicity? This is a crucial question, and understanding the answer can make a world of difference. Water intoxication, while rare, is a serious condition that can drastically impact an infant's health. The signs of this condition can be subtle and often mimic other common ailments, making it a bit tricky to identify. However, there are specific symptoms that parents and caregivers should be aware of. One of the first signs you may notice is a marked change in behavior. The baby may become unusually irritable, fussy, or display a noticeable drop in energy levels. While it's normal for babies to have periods of fussiness and fatigue, a sudden or severe change can be a red flag. Another symptom of water intoxication is drowsiness. An infant suffering from this condition might seem overly sleepy or have trouble staying awake. This is not to be confused with the normal sleep patterns of a newborn. We're talking about an excessive degree of drowsiness that is out of character for the child. In severe cases, water intoxication can lead to more alarming symptoms, such as seizures. This happens when there's a significant drop in essential electrolytes, like sodium in the baby's body, due to excessive water intake. Seizures in infants can manifest as a staring spell, uncontrolled twitching, or even a full-blown convulsion. In some cases, you might notice that the baby's face or body appears puffy or swollen. This is due to water retention and is another sign that the baby may have consumed too much water. Remember, these symptoms can be subtle and can easily be mistaken for other common illnesses. That's why it's important to stay vigilant and consult a healthcare professional if you notice anything unusual. Water intoxication is a serious condition, and early detection is key to preventing further harm. We cannot overemphasize the importance of understanding these signs and symptoms. It's not about creating fear, but fostering awareness and preparedness. Knowing these signs can potentially save a life. What can we do to prevent water intoxication in infants? This question is one that every parent, caregiver, or healthcare professional should be well equipped to answer. The key lies in understanding that infants' bodies are not yet ready to handle high volumes of water. Their kidneys are still developing, and they're not able to excrete excess water efficiently. That's why it's crucial to stick to breast milk or formula for the first 6 months of life. These provide the perfect balance of water and nutrients that baby needs without the risk of overloading their system. Now, if you're using formula, it might be tempting to add a bit more water to make it stretch further. But remember, excessive dilution can lead to water intoxication. It's important to strictly follow the manufacturer's instructions when preparing formula. The ratios of water to formula are calculated to provide your baby with the right amount of nutrients and hydration. And what about when the little ones start teething? It's common practice to give them water-filled teething rings. While this isn't harmful in itself, it's wise to keep a watchful eye. Ensure the teething ring isn't leaking and that baby isn't ingesting more water than necessary. As your child grows older and starts to consume solid foods, it's okay to introduce small amounts of water into their diet. However, this should be done gradually and under the guidance of a pediatrician. Similarly, on hot days, don't be tempted to give your baby extra water to keep them cool. Instead, offer more frequent feeds and keep them in a cool environment. Ultimately, it's about being mindful of how much water is entering your baby's system. It's about striking that delicate balance, giving them enough to keep them hydrated, but not so much that it becomes dangerous. So, let's be vigilant. Let's educate ourselves and others about water intoxication in infants. Because it's true what they say, isn't it? Prevention, as they say, is always better than cure. Let's recap what we've learned about the dangers of water for infants. It may seem surprising given that our bodies are largely composed of water, but for the tiniest members of our society, this life-giving substance can pose a significant risk. We've delved into the science behind this unexpected danger, understanding that babies' kidneys aren't fully developed and can't effectively process large amounts of water. This can lead to a condition known as water intoxication, where the balance of electrolytes in their tiny bodies gets thrown off. Sodium, an essential electrolyte, can get diluted to dangerous levels, impacting the function of cells and organs, and potentially leading to life-threatening complications. We've looked at the signs and symptoms of water intoxication in infants. These may include irritability, drowsiness, a drop in body temperature, puffiness or swelling in the face, seizures, and in severe cases, even coma or death. It's crucial to seek medical help immediately if any of these symptoms are observed. We've also discussed how to prevent water intoxication in infants. The key lies in ensuring that babies under 6 months old are given only breast milk or formula, as these provide all the hydration they need. Once they start solid foods, small sips of water can be introduced, but the main source of hydration should still be breast milk or formula. This information is critical for anyone caring for infants. It's a stark reminder that even something as seemingly harmless as water can be dangerous if not handled correctly. In conclusion, while water is a fundamental part of our lives, it's crucial to remember that for infants, too much of it can be harmful. As caregivers, it's our responsibility to ensure that our little ones are safe and healthy. This means being aware of the potential dangers, even from the most unexpected sources, and taking the necessary precautions. Remember, while water is essential for life, it can also pose a danger if not handled correctly, especially when it comes to our little ones.